you been searching for the best luxury townhouse in the Reno area with easy access to amenities and minutes from golf? Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking you through the Vista Elite floor plan at the Hilltop community by Toll Brothers in the southwest part of Reno at just over 2,600 square feet, and it's been currently reduced to $770,000. If you're new to the channel, my name is David Tully, and I am your go-to resource for Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada real estate. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating to the Reno area, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. All right, today we're going to be touring the Vista Elite floor plan at the Hilltop community by Toll Brothers. This home is just over 2,600 square feet with 3 bedrooms plus a pocket office and a huge game room, 2.5 bathrooms plus an additional powder room and a 2-car garage. And this was recently reduced, so the current price is $770,000. And this is a move-in ready or a quick move-in home. All right, once again, this is a quick move-in or a move-in ready home. So what you see is what you get. So right as you make your way through the main entryway, you're gonna see this nicely upgraded LVP flooring, which is a really nice touch. And then also, I do own a Toll Brothers home, so I can give you an idea of what was an upgrade. So typically in the great room, I know it shouldn't be, typically in the great room, the standard option is carpet. So they would have upgraded the flooring here. And then you got the gorgeous kitchen here. So they typically put granite counters as a standard, which I don't necessarily agree with, and you probably don't either. It is 2025, but they did pick a really nice upgraded quartz countertop. The cabinets here are 42-inch cabinets, which is an upgrade. Looks like full overlay cabinets, so it's flush and very close together. They did put in a really nice backsplash here, which is kind of fun. It's kind of got this cool texture from far away. Well, it looks like it. Same quartz countertop over here. And they put in some nice handles and then beautiful Jenn-Air appliances. And some things you're gonna wanna budget for when buying a new construction home, whether it's here or at a different community, is you're gonna need a fridge, window coverings for the slider as well, and then a washer and dryer. Here's gonna be the first balcony we're gonna check out. Got a pretty cool view. Yes, you're looking at some apartments, but you got some beautiful mountain views and trees over here. Nice place to barbecue. Maybe have a beer, a glass of wine. And you got a nice sized great room here with an outlet on the wall and a Smurf tube, meaning you can mount your TV and hide the cables. Got an Ethernet port down there with a coax cable that runs to your smart panel in one of the closets. Over here, you got a standard knockdown texture, which is the standard option at just about every builder in town. And then these baseboards here are gonna be 5¼ inch baseboards. They would have upgraded it. I did that in my Toll Brothers home. This 5¼ inch baseboard is not a standard option. And the nice thing about this is they've also put in some additional lighting. You have a ceiling fan light or a pre-wire, or maybe for a chandelier, depending on where you want to put your dining table. Well, you might want to put it here or even here. It really just depends. Well, I guess you probably wouldn't want to put it there because the TV would go there. So that's probably just more for a ceiling light or ceiling fan. And this is the townhouse, so you do have fire sprinklers. So when I owned a townhouse previously, I had to get that inspected once a year. Over here, you got some nice counter space and additional cabinets right next to the garage. You got that same and nicely upgraded LVP flooring. This is gonna be your half bath or powder room. All right, there's your sink. There's your toilet area. And then we'll take you through the garage. And so Toll Brothers doesn't typically put epoxy flooring, so this is definitely an upgrade. I got epoxy flooring at my Toll Brothers home, and I never would have purchased it before, but they included it because it had some staining on the concrete. And I think in any additional home I purchased down the road, I'm putting in epoxy flooring. It looks beautiful. Looks like you got your sub panel here, so your electrical panel, I believe, is on the other side of that. Over here is gonna be your furnace and your hot water heater. It's a tankless. And then I always recommend getting a water softener or filtration system. We do have harder water in the Northern Nevada area. And you have a nice lift master with the MyQ, meaning you can download an app on your phone and control it. I do that just about every day in my own home. There you go, you can download the app. Over here, you got that nice little pocket office. So in reality, for most people, this office would be just fine. I'd like a little bit more depth little more room and even a door. But I would say for a majority of people, this would definitely work. All right, let's take you down to the media or game room, or the room my 2-year-old would take over, which would be nice. All right, so you do have carpet in the stairs and the downstairs media room, game room, or maybe even bar area, however you want to call it. Over here, you got a nice powder room or half bath downstairs. Over here's a closet for additional storage, easy access to the crawl space. And then over here is a sump pump. Since you're in a 3-story, this is for the downstairs toilet. And then once again, here's that beautiful game room, media room, or, you know, a nice bar area. So it looks like a kitchen from over here. Got nice counter space, but there's only a sink, so I guess you could call it a wet bar. Really, really nice. And then here's another view of this beautiful media room. I'd probably make it a, you know, another viewing area for a TV, a media room, a theater room, and then, you know, partially for my kid as well, because he is 2 and he loves to run. Over here, you got your nice paver patio. And then don't worry, the HOA maintains those shrubs or bushes. Although it's not a lot to maintain, it's nice to know that they'll take care of it. And you got some nice space over here. And then all the bedrooms are upstairs. So hopefully you're okay with that. Then you also do have a very nice loft, which I actually had in my previous home and didn't think I'd like, but ended up putting a lot of nice things in our loft. And once again, you do have carpet on the stairs and then the upstairs areas for the bedrooms. All right, right as we make our way to the top of the stairs, you got this beautiful loft area, perfect for another kid's room, maybe a work from home area, or maybe even another media room. And right over here is gonna be your 3rd zone. So you have 3 thermostats in the home, which is really nice. Over here to the left is gonna be that full bathroom for these guest bedrooms to share. Got nice dual vanities. This does look like Pedrofina countertops. And you have a nice Kohler sink and faucet. And then, so their standard option for tub shower combos are usually inserts, but at least they put a, you know, nice 6x6 tile. And then a sturdier tub, which is what I prefer. Then you have your toilet area here, and then they are PEX lines for plumbing, if you're wondering. Over here, you're gonna have a linen closet for the 2 bedrooms to share, which is really nice. Or you can put your additional towels because your laundry room's just over there. Here's gonna be your first secondary bedroom. So one thing to keep in mind is you don't have a ceiling light currently, but you do have a pre-wire for a ceiling light or fan. What you do have is a half hot outlet in the corner, which you can put a lamp in and then control it by this switch. Or you can just add an additional light or fan right after you close. It's up to you. Pretty standard closet. Then over here, which is nice, you have 2 sliders off each bedroom and your own little balcony. So you got some pretty cool views. You got tons of different lounging areas. So if you have family or kids or just guests over here, you have your own space, which is really nice. I would say this room's about 11 by 11 or so. Over here, it's another bedroom. I'd say is pretty identical in size, maybe just a tad smaller. Same thing here. You have the pre-wire up top for the ceiling fan or light, half hot in the corner to control by one of these switches. And then let's double check. But yeah, this is slightly bigger than a standard closet, which is nice. Then you also have your own patio slider to the balcony, which is really cool. And then one thing to keep in mind, you also have fire sprinklers, so you're gonna wanna get that checked probably once a year. That was the rule when I owned a townhouse. And over here, you're gonna have a laundry room sink, which I didn't really care for before having a kid. And now that I have a 2-year-old, I absolutely love our laundry room sink. Over here, you got a nicely upgraded tile in the laundry area. And they didn't opt for the electric dryer outlet, so it is a gas dryer setup, unless you wanna call an electrician in. Over here is gonna be your primary bedroom area. Got tons of room here for your king size bed. Got another beautiful balcony there. Plenty of space here for your dresser, TV on the wall, and they put the outlet and the Smurf tube up top so you can mount your TV and hide the cables. You have a coax port there and an Ethernet port, or I believe Cat 6 port, and then a really nice slider. Like I said, I really love all these additional lounging areas. I think you have 2 or 3 balconies and a patio area. It's pretty awesome. And last but not least, let's check out the primary bathroom, which they got a nicely upgraded tile for the floor here. And they got some beautifully upgraded, I believe that's a 12 by 24 tile that goes all the way to the ceiling. Nice frameless glass door. And then some more Kohler pieces And you got your towel rack here, which is kind of a unique place, but it makes sense since you're, showering over there. It's a really nice tile. And then you got a dual vanity here, Pietrofina countertops, I believe. And then these nicely upgraded cabinets. Same thing, Kohler faucets and sinks. And then this is an upgrade that they put in, but you have the pendant light pre-wires, or the vanity light pre-wires. Over here, you got your toilet area. Over here is going to be an additional linen closet, which is nice to have in your primary bathroom for additional towels and sheets. Then you have your walk-in closet. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough of this Vista Elite floor plan at the Hilltop community by Toll Brothers. Once again, this home is just over 2,600 square feet and is a beautiful luxury home, minutes from golf with easy access to amenities, and it's been reduced to $770,000. And if you have any specific questions about this home or the community, please leave them down in the comments below and I would be happy to help. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or possibly relocating to the Reno area, I'd love to help. All my information is down below. And if you want to learn more about Reno, Sparks, or brand new construction in the area, check out some of my other videos.